Hello and welcome. So this is a guide on the boss Thunderous. When you first go in the room, you want to look at the left and right side. On the left side, you'll see that the mage is one step away from the pillar, and on the right side, the mage is adjacent to the pillar. So you want to be on the side where the mage is adjacent to the pillar because this side is closer to running behind the pillar for when avoiding Thunderous attack. So to start off, if you're using the Gatestone method, you want to drop a Gatestone within melee distance of Thunderous, and then you want to attack 4 mages to start the battle. Once you attack the 4 mages, you want to run behind the pillar in preparation for fighting Thunderous. Once Thunderous have killed the mages, you want to step out and back behind the pillar because Thunderous will always use his pull attack at the start. Once you use his pull attack, you want to run and attack him, or if you're using the Gatestone method, teleport to your personal Gatestone. You want to have the group Gatestone either inside or outside. You'll want it inside because having it inside, it'll be easier to get back into the fight if somebody has to leave the boss room to maybe get prayer. So when fighting Thunderous, you want to always be within melee distance of him, except when you're dodging his attacks such as Come Closer and his Earthquake attack. You'll do this by running behind the pillar when you see him say Come Closer, which will be coming up here. And and by running behind the pillar, his Come Closer attack and his Earthquake attack cannot hit you. Once you're safely behind the pillar, you can either do the run back method or the Gatestone method to get back within melee distance of Thunderous to resume the fight. The Gatestone method is more for beginners, and the run back method is more for experienced players who have decent ping. Now, for the Gatestone method, you want to drop a gate within melee distance of Thunderous beforehand, and then once you're safely behind the pillar, teleport back to your personal gate that should be within melee distance of Thunderous. Now, as you can see in the video, I did not make it back behind the pillar in time. I got pulled in by his come closer attack. My prayer was disabled and he healed a fair amount of HP. And now I can't pray melee and his melee hits just wrecked me. So Thunderous has two attacks where you should be running behind the pillar to dodge them. There's the Earthquake attack and the come closer attack. The only difference between the two is what happens if you fail to run behind the pillar. For the Earthquake attack, it could practically one hit you. The Earthquake can hit up to 990, but it hits high because it can be dodged if you're doing it right. And the come closer attack, it disables your prayer and makes Thunderous heals, which is why if you have bad ping, you should not be doing this boss. So after you have run behind the pillar to dodge the attack, you can do one of two methods. There is the Gatestone method I mentioned earlier, or you could do the run back method. The way you do the run back method is practically once you're behind the pillar, you click back to attack. You'll see that Thunder still does the animation, but then the area effect has already passed. If you're not sure when to click, just look in the video. Although in the world I was in, it had like it wasn't like 1 second delay, but more like a half-second delay. So as a summary, before starting the boss, look at which side of the room is closer to the pillar. Pray melee and stay within melee distance. Run behind the pillar to dodge the attack. Gatestone method or run back method to get back. Slash is always best. Slash works really well on the boss. You basically run back behind the pillar if you see him talk, although he does say another kill for Thunderous if he kills somebody on your team. And you might mistake that for if he's trying to do another area attack. The group Gatestone should be behind the pillar so that people can get back into the fight. Each melee attack Thunderous does on your protection prayer will drain your prayer, which is why soloing is kind of hard, and it's much easier with more people. You can venge the Earthquake attack. It hits very high, so if you're like suiciding or don't care about EXP, this would be a fast way to kill Thunderous. Oh, I forgot to note this earlier, you cannot teleport while inside the boss room except if you're directly behind the pillar. And that's all for my guide. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.